One moment, while I get this all set up again. These stupid freaking bows turned everything off. I have finally, set the PS5 so it doesn't do that. But now I have to get online back up and running and hope that live works. So is... Okay, back over here. Is live up and running? Live is up and running here. Now is live up and running on YouTube. If I sound not happy, I'm not. The stupid bows should not have the ability to turn off my PS5. So I switched something off on the PS5 that should stop that. Honestly, dumbest thing. Okay, once more test. Okay, good. Now I have to get my phone situated so it doesn't fall over. Everything's perfect. So, let's re-intro again, I guess. Welcome to ESO, Covenant Day 17, with Sephiroth DX, aka Joshua Winters. We are here for several reasons. One, I wanted to be back in Tamriel for a bit. I get to play till 10:30 today. Since I'm working from home, I can just go straight from playing on this, straight to work. It's kinda nice. Wish I could permanently work from home. But we are here in Covenant for several reasons. One, the Pact has 19 episodes now, so it can sit for a minute. Our Marcel Ashpin can really just sit down and relax because she took out the entire Oblivion quest. That said, so we do need to catch up on Covenant and Dominion, and we'll be trading off on those these next few days when I play. But we're also trading off between the werewolf and vampire characters I have for another good reason. I have a new novel that's come out, named Bite of the Ancient. This novel is a sequel to my last novel, Bite of the Moon. So it's part of the Bite series, thus starring the werewolf named Jason as the main character. Today we'll be talking about the Bite series. We'll be talking about a lot of the Bite of the Ancient, which means a lot of a lot of the Bite of the Moon is lots of spoilers for Bite of the Moon. We will pretty much leave Bite of the Ancient spoiler free, so, you know, go read it if you want to. Bite of the Ancient is currently up on ebook for Amazon.com. It is also on Kobo and a few library books. It should be on everything that Drafted Digital publishes too soon. Not up in Barnes & Nobles yet, but it'll be up there soon. So, you know, Kindle people like me will have it. Yes, I have a Kindle. I also read Amazon on my Kindle. And ever since, I think, Google Play stopped doing the stupid shit, you can buy shit straight from both Amazon and Barnes & Nobles on their apps, because for a while you couldn't, because Google was being dumb, and they're like, no, we won't put money. It's like, guys, I don't even publish with you. I think I published with you last book, and it's really difficult publishing with you guys. You guys just need to work with other people. That said, it is currently only ebook. I have some fixing ups to do on the file before I can publish it in a more physical copy. As soon as I get all that fixings done, we will have the physical form out, and I'll let y'all know. If you are looking for updates on said forms, you'll want to go to my Joshua Winters author page to see all the updates coming. Why is my sword so bronze? Did I not gold it? Weird. It's a different color. That said, let's get into here real quick. Now, I was in the middle of reading this when the freaking bows turned everything off. The Scholar's Apprentice Shiri studied the book among Allison's possessions. Shiri suggests I will begin my watch for Third Ensai Ward in Hunding's Watch. I should seek out Priestess's sermon once I reach Hunding's Watch. By the way, I've had 4 people at my job, which is a phone service, tell me after they call me that I belonged in a voice acting career. If you have any voice acting jobs out there for me, I work cheap. I'm a nobody. Help me escape customer service, please. That or go buy my books. Says... Where am I supposed to be going here? I don't think I need to be in this town. No, wait. Put that sword away. I need to put the sword away. Do you see the quest marker? Because I don't... Oh, there it is. To my right. So if I follow this north... I'm going to be following it north, hit east when it splits right here. So the second split will be east. That's quite a walk. Oh well. There's not a thing there, is there? That I have? No, there's not. Oh. The walk won't hurt anybody. Oh, did I set that up to change? How did I do that? Inventory? No, collections. Collections, steeds, mounts. Random mounts. Okay, so this should go between all my mounts. This should be riding a horse one moment, a dwarven horse one moment, a Khajiit the next moment. Riding a Khajiit. So while we have this long trek ahead of us, we should talk about, I guess, Bite of the Ancient. Bite of the Ancient is the second in the series of the Bite series. It takes place literally a day after the second book. The second book, if you remember, ended with again, this is spoilers for the first book. The spoilers for the first novel. So if you read the first novel, you might want to back out and watch this as replay later. But the very first novel took place. Very first novel ended with Jason's ex calling him, finding out that he was still alive, and requesting a meeting, which may lead to a bit of drama. And hold on, I got someone trying to contact me here. Who is this?
Greetings. You may believe fate brought you this way, led you to speak to me. I say, give the credit to your legs and your heart. They are what have brought you to me. I am working to prove that fate's bite has no sting.
Excuse me?
With your help, I hope. I have a set of bones here which allow me to glimpse one's fate. I will now look at your fate. Oh my. Such a gruesome death. Let us hope fate can be denied.
What did the bones tell you?
The bones show you being consumed, eaten by a terrible Dune Ripper named Astraga. She lairs to the south. If the bones roll true, the only thing left will be your left foot. This must not be. Good. You must slay Astraga. Spurn fate's grip.
Sure, I'll go kill a monster for a random stranger.
You have stepped onto a predetermined path. Fate decrees a Dune Ripper will consume your bones before the end of the day. Deny fate, slay Astraga. Then bring me one of her scales as proof of your victory.
If fate exists, it could account for your proof against it.
You are clever, my friend. If I prove fate does not control us, it does not matter that fate led me to this truth. If a goat introduces itself to a hungry coyote, it will be consumed. Fate may play a hand, but only to a point.
What if your proof is one of fate's illusions?
Could one prove or disprove an illusion? Such proof could be an illusion itself. Our debate will soon chase its own tail. My good friend Anjan would tell you that fate pulls our strings. You can hear his musings firsthand near Raincatcher Fields.
Okay, Mr. Redguard. Let's go do whatever you want me to do. Where is this thing at? Dune Ripper. I don't think that's who I was supposed to kill. I hope it's not that thing on this tower. Also. Nope. Okay. This thing was supposed to eat me, it barely hurt me. Oh, apparently... Oh shit, my inventory's full. Okay, hold on, what I got? I don't freaking use any of this. Oh shit. Okay, we'll throw it twice, whatever. Wasn't much of a threat. Its spawn rate's too high. Oh, I need to get the scales, that's right. I also need to empty out my inventory. I need to go sell things. I am a werewolf, not a vampire, so I should be able to sell things. But let's go talk to this guy. Oh, really? You can just killed your mom twice. I actually don't need you now.
We meet again. Have you looked fate in the eye? Did she blink?
She barely scratched my armor. It was the I don't know. It wasn't not that hard.
Not for Astraga. She was a menace, devouring travelers and livestock alike. Celebrate, for fate's hand means nothing. Not for those who are willing to grip the till of destiny.
I don't know why I thought he was going to say the tit of destiny. That kind of inspired Cal, I'm sure I can't
Always remember the lesson you've learned here today, friend. Fate does not control those who are willing to step to the fore. Set your hand against fortune, and you will see your wishes fulfilled.
I would think we've already had this conversation. Oh. Was there not a lady doing something with a horse down here when we came? Was that a merchant I just missed? Gosh darn it. So, let's talk about the Bite world. So, in the world of the Bite series, it takes place primarily the first two in San Antonio, Texas, the gut of Texas, if you don't know where that is. It's not a location that is often used in movies, video games, places. I'm always impressed when I see it's used in somewhere. I think the two places... Sheesh, another one.
A beating. That's a fine welcome for a prospective soldier.
So, the two places I can think of where I remember the San Antonio being used as some kind of, like, foreground is 24, which I never really watched. I wasn't into political thrillers, which included a, notice that San Antonio was nuked because we are the military city, and the Preacher series, the comic book novels for the final showdown between, without giving too much away if you haven't read that, because honestly, amazing comic book series, go watch it. But in the Preacher series, the final showdown between two of the characters take place in front of the Alamo, and this is modern Alamo. Obvious, sometimes they kind of show the area around it as desert. Like, we're not desert out here, we got oak forest up the wazoo. Gonna give us oak forest wazoo infection or something.
Those bastards. If they hadn't outnumbered me...
What happened?
I came to join the Saltwalker militia, but a bunch of bandits stopped me, roughed me up, and tossed me to the side of the road.
Why'd they do that?
They didn't stop to answer questions, just told me to be on my way. You look pretty capable. Why don't you go up to the camp and figure it out for yourself?
I'll eat them. Still not full yet. Why? How about you don't start attacking until I tell you to attack? Okay, I don't know what that is around me. What just appeared around me?
You don't look like one of these flea-bitten bandits. Have you come to join the actual militia?
Bandits? What's going on here?
The Saltwalker militia was formed to train up and join the war on the Covenant side, but a gang of bandits gradually joined up and then took over. Watch yourself, Wayfarer. The bully boys figure anyone who isn't with them is against them.
So, MAGA. Why don't you throw the bandits out?
Because we're barely trained militia, and they're all experienced fighters. We'd get slaughtered. Besides, Captain Uznagik, who's in charge of the actual militia, told us not to. Maybe he has some other plan, I don't know.
Okay, well, I have to do something real quick, guys. Where's the exit? I'm gonna pause right here. Well, not really pause. You're going to enjoy Elder Scrolls music for about a minute. I'll be right back.
You should throw dice for gold. Interested?
Can't remember her name. The pretty one with beard.
9 times out of 10, the cynics are right.
Oh, sorry about that. Duty calls and all that. I drank and ate something gross yesterday that has totally upset my stomach. I think you know what it is. I like Jack and Cola. So I wanted some beer the other day. Beer's freaking expensive nowadays. I don't know if it's the tariffs or just the economy falling apart. But I found some the malt liquors of Jack and Cola, which is fake Jack, and but tastes they're relatively the same, albeit it's like 7% alcohol. So not even 7%. I think it's like 4% alcohol, which to someone who drinks beer that is like 6% at the least in IPAs, which can be up to 10%, that's not a lot of alcohol. That said, I wanted to try it, but I think it has real soda in it, and honestly, soda makes me feel bad. I see a... Oh, it's all the way over there. Let's go wake it up. Don't come back and do this. So anyway, while we wake this up, the Bite series takes place in San Antonio. It's about the underbelly of the night creatures of the city so far. That is the main theme. Is there a way up here if I go down? Yeah. The night creatures being vampires and werewolves, and that's just the top layer of night creatures. There's other night creatures, the scaled bartender from the Night Owl, orcs, different creatures that hide themselves from humans, prying, honestly, racist, violent eyes. They know what the humans would do if humans found out by mass. It wouldn't be not as peaceful as True Blood made it out to be. That said, it follows a young man, Jason Abrams. Jason, at the beginning of Bite of the Moon, is just a normal human. He's a single father, recently broken up with his ex, trying to make his way through life, currently working in a dead-end job that barely pays him shit, based off kind of my own experiences with work. And he is at that state when he's lured out into the backfield and attacked by a giant wolf on two legs, aka a werewolf. At that point, he's almost eaten, but something distracts and chases off the werewolf, which causes him to stay alive and thus become infected. He spends the first quarter-ish of the first novel becoming a werewolf, running away, trying to find himself out, figure out if he can control what he is, finding out that he is a special type of werewolf and stuff like that. Well, we'll see what this is going on here.
What? Are you one of Gudar's thugs come to harass me again? You want your arm broken too?
You look a lot like someone I've worked with before. What, are you one of Guard's thugs come to harass me? Oh, sorry. What are you talking about?
I guess not. Apologies, stranger. Ever since the bandits moved into our camp, we've all been on edge. And I suspect they've been scaring away new volunteers. There's bad trouble ahead, if you ask me.
This is... What's happened to this camp is basically what's happened to the Republican Party, honestly. We're going to get into politics here for a minute. The Republican GOP Party has never been great. Not since I've been alive. Not since Reagan's rule and destruction of our economy. They've always been ones that pander to the rich and the corrupt and destroy our economy to do so and make sure that the lower have nothing and the upper have everything. That has been their guide their entire existence. But they haven't been Nazis. Or at least not right out Nazis, so they have opposed to gay marriage and originally opposed racial marriages, yada yada. And the far right wing has always existed. They've never been majority far right wing until Trump's time came around, or I guess until the rise of Pollen and then in turn Trump. So they came in and they slowly infected the GOP Republicans and then became the GOP Republicans. So now the GOP Republicans are fascist, actual factual Nazis. And anytime a real Republican is like, hey, wait, we shouldn't be like this, they're like, oh, you're a rhino, get out.
New around here, aren't you? I advise you to have a talk with Captain Uznigek.
Oh, that sounds like an orc name. Captain Uznigek.
He's the officer in charge of the real militia here. Those of us still loyal to the effort to join the Covenant answer to him, and not Gudar's and his thugs.
There is too much skooma coming into the Alakir. Someone needs to stop these Bandari.
There's never too much skooma. Do all the drugs. The drugs. Oh, that's a freaking candle. Now my eyes all weepy again.
Are you from the Covenant Army? I didn't expect you quite this soon. Well, frankly, we're not ready.
I am not from the Covenant.
Sorry, stranger. I'm expecting a liaison from the Covenant military to visit and decide if our militia qualifies to join them. However, since Godars took charge, I'm afraid there's little chance of that.
Hold on, guys. I'm wiping my eye away. My eye is weeping like I'm sad. I got the impression from your soldiers the militia is divided.
Noticed that, did you? Yes. The camp is divided between those still loyal to the militia and those loyal to Godars and his promises of easy living and gold. His gang are a little better than bandits. I suspect he's up to no good.
So I started playing the Elder Scrolls Skyrim update, the one that like retextures everything, and holy cow, are the... I know sometimes the people can look the same on here, but the same goes for all Elder Scrolls. That said, holy cow, are the people's looks so much improved in this game compared to any of the last games. They can't go back to looking weird. They have to do this or better in the next game. Why not trim them out?
Because I know Godars from way back. We were in King Ramsay's
That
service
said,
together.
I know Elder Scrolls
He
came
was a
out like
good man
PS3
then,
era.
and I have to believe there's still some good in him somewhere.
PS4
Maybe
era,
it's just
PS3
an old
era.
man's wishful thinking,
Somewhere.
but I'm not ready to fight him.
It came out in PS4 era. That's really bad graphics. I think Skyrim came out in the PS3. I'm pretty sure Skyrim came out in the PS3. Maybe if I ask around, I can find out what Godar is up to.
And if you find out, maybe then I can decide what to do. Thank you. I accept your offer. Just be discreet about it. I don't want any fights breaking out.
Not very discreet, but whatever. Yizgravold sounds like a freaking Nord.
Captain Uznagik said to be patient, and he's never led us astray.
What a little extortion among friends.
She walks like a woman with her big booty when I walk like that.
What?
It is a Nord. I want to know more about Godars.
You've come to the right man, mate. I've been with Godars longer than anyone. I was part of the group that helped him take his first ship.
Take his ship, so he was a pirate?
That's right, mate. Godars had a grudge against this Captain Krona, so he goes around and gets together a small gang of boys who are sharp with a blade and none too nice about it. We join the crew, he kills this Krona, and we take over the ship.
And then?
Oh, we pirated for a while. But now with the war going on, all of the navies are at sea and it's too dangerous. So, Godars comes up with another scheme and we comes ashore to work it. But that's private, see? Only told you because I like you. Keep mum.
I have to talk to everybody else? I'm pretty sure we know what's going on here.
Seems like no matter who's in charge, mages aren't appreciated.
No. It's worse now. One of those drunken brutes almost broke my arm yesterday.
I sound like they're appreciating you in the wrong way.
I'm half a heartbeat from throwing you out of this camp.
I just wanted to learn more about Godars.
Why didn't you say so? I thought you were another Sand Eater come to fight for the Alakir. Godars is a great man, but he has a tragic
Is this an
history.
Imperial?
It's given
She
him
looks
a
like an
rough
Imperial.
exterior, but his bully boys would follow him
Or,
anywhere.
one of the... What are the humans called from this area? High Rock people. Shit. Britain. Why is that?
Because if you're part of his loyal crew, you get treated right. The pick of the loot and back up when you're in trouble. He learned how to handle troops when he was in the army.
Which army was that?
The Sentinel Army, under old King Ramsay. He was an agent, part of what you call military intelligence. Lived in Tava's blessing, had a family and little ones. On a mission, he learned that some pirates were planning to raid Tava's.
What happened?
He reported what he'd heard, but the general dismissed it and sent him on another mission. the pirates raided Tava's Blessing and killed Gudar's family. He swore revenge and went rogue. Who could blame him?
Honestly, kind of agree with that.
You don't look like one of Gudar's bruisers. What do you need?
What can you tell me about Gudar's?
Well, you can't just call him a bandit. He obviously has military experience, and he's smart. No doubt about that. He was someone of consequence before he sank to being a gang boss.
Why did he become a bandit?
Who knows? Perhaps he made a mistake and was disgraced and discharged. Or maybe he just developed a taste for gold and blood.
What do you think?
Blood. I saw the look on his face when he killed our old captain. He enjoyed it.
One more.
I saw you talking to Captain Uznagik. I hope he's finally going to do something about these ruffians and thieves.
Possibly. What do you know about Gudar's?
Heard he used to be a pirate. Got his ship by ambushing a captain and cutting his throat in cold blood. Then he claimed the title of captain for himself and made it stick.
How'd he do that?
He'd already gotten a gang of his own bully boys into the crew, and he bought some of the others. The opposition was shouted down or chased off.
So what he's doing here?
Same thing again is my guess. He gets his gang to infest the militia, gains our trust, then murders the captain and takes over. Why mess with success?
I honestly am not 100% sure, but I think he's not good. And I am loyal to the Covenant. But I kind of understand where he came from. But I have to do pro-Covenant things with this character.
What have you learned of my old friend, Gudar's?
Is it already 9:30? God damn. Hold on, I have... Hold on. What does it want from me? Monday, May 12th. Okay. Sorry, I was getting distracted by my phone. Gudar's went rogue because the army ignored his warning and pirates killed his family.
I see. That's terrible. But I don't see much left of the man I knew. And now he's demanding that I leave and take the other real militia with me, or die. We have no time left for wishful thinking.
Well, now then.
He's left us no choice. We have to adopt his own methods. Kill Gudar's and cut off the head of the snake. I wish I was certain I'll succeed. Not too old to lead, but single combat against a younger man?
I'll take care of Gudar's.
Good. I hate to lose a battle in my own camp. Beat the drum in our combat arena, and Gudar's will come to fight. He glories in turning the sand red with our recruits' blood, and set this up to show his prowess. It's time to show him yours instead.
So, real quick. Okay. I want to be a werewolf. I came on here to be a werewolf. Why is my werewolf not powering up?
Challenge. Good. I saw which tent you came out of, meddler. I'll make your death a painful one.
Sure you will.
This is your last chance to turn tail and run before I destroy you.
Eat my... and dead. Eat the remains, kitty cat. We'll finish this and then we'll talk a little more about the book because honestly we don't have a lot of time here. Some of the delays get me.
So you did it. I must admit, it's a relief. Traditionally, you would now be in command of the militia. But is that what you want? If not, who should be?
I didn't do this to take command. You know your business here. You're in charge.
Thank you. I appreciate your trust. We'll have to act fast, but the loyal troops and I will get this camp cleaned up on the double. I think the Covenant will be proud of us.
I'm cleaning up all the Covenant's mess, so you're pretty much in the same boat with them. Okay, let's see about, like, items here. Stamina recovery though. By how much though? 1919, 1789. Resistance, maximum health. Two 4, 2 8. He's being so dramatic. Use this as my stamina go up, spell damage goes down, but I don't think I use much spells. Weapon damage goes down. I guess I'll keep what I have. I have a noisy ass cup, by the way. Is that what that is? Is that a bear cub or a freaking... Where did he go? Kitty cat? Oh, goodness. Oh, I'm dying now. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go over here, go to this area.
With Captain Uznagik back in charge, we're finally getting some respect.
Good luck, mages. This is not an area for your respect. We're going to go straight to this way shrine here. Then we'll talk a little about the books, because we keep getting distracted by our actual missions. I see the way shrine up there. Huh. A ruin, or rather large ruin. Okay, so where was I? I can't remember. So the book takes place to San Antonio. It's Anyway, yeah, he's lured out, turned into a werewolf. He spends half of the book trying to figure out how to become a werewolf, how to not become, how to live being with a werewolf. Oh goodness, it's doing that repeat thing YouTube sometimes does on my screen, but it's just my advertisement. But he gets involved with some good night creatures, some bad night creatures. The good ones teach him how to live, introduce him to the night scene, including some... What the heck is going on here? Where's the road? I lost the road. Including the nightclub, the Night Owl. He's introduced to a vampire guy, actually. He's very young, but he's very young looking, but he's actually much older. And they do things, and then Jason starts questioning his sexuality. Because, you know, he's been straight up to then, but then he starts feeling things for this guy. We'll do this, whatever this is, in a minute. We'll talk to this person in a minute. It looks like they're looking at a...
This bird will do nicely.
That's weird. But they get involved in a string of murders that seem to be targeting people and appear to be werewolf attacks, or at least making it look like they're werewolf attacks. And he gets hired by the cops pretty much because of their nose, and he gets involved in figuring out and solving these crimes, which gets the notice of the local cartel. It's noted that the local cartel may be headed up by a vampire, and is definitely employing the use of vampires, and that they are beginning to use vampire-specific drugs and selling it to random people, which could expose their kind. JC is involved with solving that, finding some vampires, making new friends, figuring himself out along the way as both bisexual and as a werewolf, and gets involved in his first moon, where he learns that he is a special creature known as a moonchild. Moonchilds are separate from regular werewolves. Regular werewolves are made at any time a werewolf infects a person. So, if they're affected by blood, scratch, sex, outside the full moon, they're a regular werewolf. When they go into either their half forms or their full forms, their fur will imitate... Ooh, look, a gate. Wait, that's weird. I've completed the Oblivion stuff here too, and the gates are still appearing. But, so, if a regular werewolf, when they turn into either the wolf forms, their fur and eye color imitate their human hair and eye color. But with moon children, it's a little different. Their hair turns platinum. Their fur turns platinum or white upon their first full moon. And then after that, their hair is permanently white or platinum. Their eyes are usually a light blue or a light green color. Permanently changed by what they are. Moon children are natural leaders in werewolf society. They hold a greater presence. They're more powerful than most other werewolves, just naturally. Which may get into Jason's head once in a while, and may become an issue in the upcoming novel y'all are supposed to be reading. But yeah. Towards the end of that first novel, Jason does learn who is in charge, but who is involved in the string of murders, and him and the cops run them down. They get their justice the way night creatures sometimes do, without the law on their side, by just taking it to a fight. They have a good old fight at the end. This ends up with Jason getting fairly injured towards the end when he's involved in an explosion in the drug lab out in the middle of Helotes. And if you don't know where that is, it's just a little north of San Antonio. And that's where the book kind of ends, with him going to an inner work party, celebrating their success, and his official welcome to the Force. And you know, getting himself involved with the guy vampire again. He's starting to have feelings for and figure himself out with. He gets drunk. He wakes up in the vampire's bed. They didn't likely do anything. They're still clothed. This is just I've slept here kind of sleepover. But he gets a call from his ex, which is where the book ends and the next book will take off. I'm not going to spoil too much of the next book because I want you to read it. But we may talk about it here in a minute. Let's go ahead and see what this person wants.
No end to those winged rats. Not that I'm complaining. Every feather's worth a fortune in gold to us now. You one of the magistrate's charges? I'm only shooting the ones in town, don't worry.
You're being paid to kill harpies.
Don't think about trying to cut in. Danim's got an exclusive relationship with the magistrate. She gets wind of any shenanigans.
By taken, but why the need for harpy bounties?
Not my concern. I get paid for feathers regardless. Go talk to some of the townsfolk if you're that curious. The magistrate's the one who runs this town. Tell him I've got some more feathers coming his way.
We'll talk to the townsfolk. Okay, so I need to go this way to talk to the priestess who is outside of town. Weird. So that's actually a completely different area over there. That's a live city or town of some kind, and this is the ruins I was heading to. Is Scorpion the name of a person? Is it like, get over here, Scorpion, or what? Oh, no, it's not. There must have been a Scorpion down there. Okay, never mind.
It is good to see you again, my friend. Now I understand why Tuwaka bid me to come here to Hunding's watch. If you are to save the Alakir Desert from the Withered Hand, there are things you must learn from the spirits of this place.
I have no idea what he's talking about, but apparently we've met him before. It's been a while. Thronekeeper Farbert. There are spirits here?
Yes, many of them. And pilgrims come from all over Hammerfell to honor them, the heroes of our greatest wars. It is usually a quiet affair, but when one such as you arrives, spirits of friend and foe alike awaken to create a portrait of the past.
But what do they want?
To teach you. If you are to be champion of the Alakir, you must understand the spirit of this desert and its people. Tuwaka says you must walk in the steps of our heroes. Battle the spirits of the enemies they faced. Then you will understand.
Fair enough. I will fight these spirits.
First you will face the Nidic peoples. When the Regatta first crashed on these shores, the Needs were first to challenge them. Fight the Nidic soldier spirits, claim their essences, and use them to summon and face their leader, War Chief Hakon.
I'm pretty sure the Nidic were the ancient Nordic-like people that kind of came over and helped be the first humans to populate this Tamriel, but I'm not positive. Not sure who the Regatta was. I can't remember that. Who were the Regatta?
That was the name of our Yokudan ancestors during the exodus from our ancient homeland. After Yokuda sank beneath the waves, they sailed here in search of a new home. Their coming was not peaceful. You see, the term Regatta means warrior wave.
Okay, who were the Nidic people?
The Nidic peoples were the ancient ancestors of our human kin here in Tamriel. Those who dwelled on the Isle of Hern had long struggled to resist the elves prior to the Regatta's arrival. Upon seeing the Yokudan sails, they took up the sword again.
Take it they lost.
They struggled mightily. We honor their bravery. But no, they fell before the Yokudan onslaught like all the others.
Are the priests retreating to Tuwaka's throne?
Yes, my friend, albeit slowly. Not all heed Tuwaka's words as I do.
Tuwaka.
When the withered hand is no more, we will have much to do. All the corpses to be cleaned and dressed. Zet's tears. We will need more throne keepers. Of that I am certain.
If I remember correctly, The Withered Hand is a pro-necromancer group that is plaguing these people, but they can't fight them because fighting the dead is against their religion or something like that. It's been a while, but that was the very beginning of the Covenant stuff. Hello, Priestess in Rags.
Satakal eats himself.
I thought you didn't have
and the spirits
pants.
move to the far shores.
I feel like I should say that Picard's saying from Star Trek. I have no idea what she's talking about. Siri said you might want to know about the third Ensei Ward.
Shiri? I do not know this name, nor do I know anything about any Ensei Ward. I know only that Satakal will soon devour himself. Devour us all. We must warn them. Or must we? No, it matters not.
No idea what she's talking about, but she gave me 68 cents to deliver her the message, and now I get to go do whatever the hell's going on in here. I have to collect the essence. Is that what that is?
You're not welcome here. We will defend our land.
Wrong button. Full up stuff. Good news about werewolves is we still heal. Running the vampires are a little annoying because they don't. Who am I supposed to talk to? Where's he at? I can't get past these guys. Werewolf yet? Oh, does actually hiring that super bear kill the werewolf?
In our fight against the Needs, we saw the raw power of defiance. We came to respect Tamriel and its warriors. You must now battle the giant Goblinkin. The Regatta's long road to conquest was paved with thousands of these beasts' corpses.
I've heard of giant goblins.
Difficult to imagine, yes. In those times, goblins were mighty beasts, and their cruelty was not tempered by cowardice as it is now. Their filthy strongholds littered the sands of Hammerfell like a pox when the Regatta arrived.
That sounds horrible.
Horrible indeed. Our Yokudan ancestors could not tolerate such a blight on their new homeland. They would suffer no rivals, and so one of their mightiest heroes, Frandar Hunding, rallied the swords of the Regatta to
that name
slay
sounds familiar.
the beasts.
What happened to him?
Tuarca claimed him,
during one of the bloodiest battles of the campaign. But his son, Divad, filled with wrath over the slaying of his father, soon rose to take command of the Ragada.
Was he
swore to avenge
successful?
his father,
Sorry.
no matter the cost.
Was he successful?
The Song of Divad tells us that he and his band of sword singers worked their sacred forges and consulted eldritch tomes for many long years to create 5 great swords. With these blessed blades, the Ragada forever vanquished the giant goblins.
What is my task?
Well, Tuwaka tells me that you must do battle with the spirits of the long-dead giant goblin kin. To what end? I do not know. But only fools doubt.
Okay, so we're gonna try something here. So if I raise the bear and go over here, so that doesn't do it. So if I raise the bear, that doesn't hurt my stuff, but if I use its power, it actually kills my werewolf powers. So I want to watch its powers and go to werewolf mode when it's full. I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to eat ghosts, but you never know. Still not werewolfy. Okay, so since we know that this doesn't kill it, we can just keep checking. We just cannot use its actual power. What was that noise? Alright, we're fighting goblins. Whatever you say, weirdo. Heavy. Oh. Okay, now what? Talk to the Thumb Keeper? The noises. Hey, you're in my way. Oh no, I didn't mean to pick that up. Darn it. Where's he at? Out of my way. Well, apparently I can set ghosts on fire. Okay, let's see here. Yep. At least do this once. Now let's see if we can eat ghosts. If that is a yes, I can eat ghosts.
Ironically, it was in our fight against the hideous goblins that we came to love the desert and its simple beauty. Now you must face the proud orc warriors of ancient Orsinium. The fight for the orc city proved to be one of our greatest trials.
I'm gonna unchange here, but whatever.
It
Tell
is
me about
the heart
Orsinium.
of Orcdom in Tamriel, settled at the foot of the Rothgarian Mountains.
A reminder, my new book is out, so if you look at the pin, comment, feel free to look at it and see if it's something that interests you. If you haven't read the first book, I do recommend reading the first book first.
The orcs are a tenacious people.
Take it the Yakudans were one of the conquerors?
Conquerors is a strong word, but yes, of course they were. Our ancestors and the Bretons laid siege to the city for 30 years before finally breaching the walls and razing the city. The orcs proved to be fearsome adversaries.
30 years, damn. What is my task?
You must face the ancient orcish specters in battle, and then summon and defeat their leader, General Thashaga.
Okay.
Take pity on me.
Oh, good guys. And yes, we are a silver werewolf, just like Jason.
You are not welcome here. We will defend our land.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And gold. Ooh, don't want to go off that. Where are we going?
Help.
Where are you at? He's outside? Says he's above. So maybe this way? Eat him. Good dummies. Doesn't look like my head up your butt right there. Oh, my wolf sounds angry. I don't know if that was me or one of my dogs. Okay, where is Preacher? There he is. Thronekeeper, whatever you want to call him.
The swords of Yukuda were not often sheathed. Our long siege of Orsinium taught us the value of patience. Now you must face the forces of the Breton king, Joal, a treacherous asp, whose lust for power led to broken alliances and countless sorrows.
I'm assuming when it means asps, he's just calling him a snake because he's snaky, and not that he, from the Britons, were somehow related to the snake people. Who was King Jolie?
He was the king of Daggerfall during the siege of Orsinium. The embers of the Orcish hold had not even cooled before he took up arms against our ancestors, his former allies. He was slain by a heroic sword singer at the Battle of Bankarai Pass.
What is my task?
You must slay the perfidious spirits of King Joal's Breton army. Then King Joal himself, I suspect. Tuwaka shall be watching.
Tuwaka does all the watching and all the work. Wrong button. Eating ghosts, because that makes sense. that song you just heard. That was my alarm telling me to get up. I wasn't up yet.
Stupid Red Guard, you served your purpose. Now you will die.
I am not a Red Guard. Ghost King. I am way too full up on shit. I'm sure you sound like a freaking goblin. Ah, well. I like the way the wolves run in this. Where am I supposed to be going? Up here? They go faster than horses, I think.
Joal's betrayal taught us yet another virtue. Caution. Wariness. We remain slow to trust, but loyal beyond measure. You have reached the summit. The Make-Way God sees much at this height. Have you learned the greatest lesson of this place?
Maybe. What is the lesson?
The greatest lesson of Hundig's watch is this. Wars are fleeting, but honor is eternal. The dunes of time are ever shifting. Kings rise and fall.
Hold on. Okay. Can the freaking supplies, materials... I don't care. Get rid of something. Like this. Get rid of this. And... I didn't use any of these. Get rid of one of these. I don't even freaking know what this is. And I guess... I don't think I need this. Guess I could use this. Okay. So items.
Joal, the greatest... Your valor strikes a mighty bell. The heroes have come here themselves. Nakalaleki,
Oh, I must have
Derek
lost.
Allen, and both Frandar and Divad Hunding. Their spirits have come here to meet you, to challenge you, and to teach you.
I must fight the heroes themselves now.
No, you will not cross blades. The Sword Singers were as much mages as warriors. They sought strength of body and of mind. These spirits will speak to you. Choose your words with care, though. Tawaka says they seek to teach and to test.
Alright, I'll speak to the spirits. Okay, well, since we're there, we can go ahead and get this going up. Stamina. Oh, I guess I have to do this first. That's our reward. Something I don't care about. Stamina. What is this? Invoke the spirit of agility to gain a major expedition. I do not really care about that. Two-handed. Meh. 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 Heavy armor, nothing. Werewolf, nothing new. What is this? Change style. Weird. Nothing really there. Fighters Guild, nothing there. Work skills. Adopted Blood Altar. No. Honestly, nothing I can use that on. Got a bunch of skills and nothing to use it on. Oh, thank goodness that was water.
I spent my early years as a maiden of the Spirit Blade. As early as I can remember. Great heroes often carry the greatest regrets. They lie buried in the sand with the bones and broken blades, hidden, forgotten.
Hello, Mama Cat.
I
Come
have
to visit.
many stories to pass on, but only one is known. Hearken to me.
Go on.
You have won a great battle and covered yourself in glory, but you are gravely wounded. A magical memory stone will allow you to record your last thoughts. Do you think of the battle recording history? Or do you immortalize your beloved family?
I guess this one's... I'm gonna work, so the history.
The battle was important, yes. But is love not also worthy of remembrance? I thought of my training and the details of the battle, but as I turned my thoughts to family, death silenced me. Now they are forgotten, lost for all time.
Okay. Your family didn't disappear, and you were dead. But okay. Above... Being... Wait, how far above?
The blades are forbidden. We must not use them.
Without them, our people, our civilization will die.
Taking up those blades may lead to something far worse than death.
All choices exact a toll, Wayfarer. Some are trivial, but some linger for generations. I was forced to drink from a bitter cup in my time, and all Redguards have paid the price. I wonder if you would have made the same choice.
Go on.
Giant goblins, beasts thought conquered by Divad, have returned. The fight goes poorly. You know the location of powerful magicked blades, but they are dangerous. They were hidden for a reason. Do you seek out the blades, or fight on without them?
I guess in technicalness, I would take up blades.
I acted as you would. We chose the blades and destroyed the beasts. But as a result, the Shahai, or spirit swords, were forever destroyed. Centuries of wondrous tradition was snuffed out. I must bear that weight always.
So far I'm choosing as they did. I'm choosing as I think an orc would.
The goblins approach, my lord. They will slaughter our scouts.
We must hold this pass or the war is lost. Their sacrifice will be remembered always.
Many of our noblest warriors will be slain. How can you turn your back to them?
A goat will run if you strike it. A jackal may bite if you give chase. Only man can choose to do nothing. The path of restraint is often the hardest. I pose to you a question, one that still haunts me. You are a scout for a great army, perched on a mountainside. In the pass below, a band of enemy soldiers slowly approach the position of your dearest friend. Do you abandon your post to help your friend, or do you remain hidden to report the attack?
Oh hell, I would jump out and tear them apart. I help my friend.
Yes, your friend may die if you do not render aid. But if you fail to report the assault, is not the entire army put at risk? How many men could lose their lives for this one soldier? One's loyalties are truly put to the test.
Remember, I'm a werewolf. I could just, like, eat everybody. I'm pretty sure I could take on armies of orcs, goblins.
Negotiation, my son.
To the dogs with that! Hira has killed my mother. He killed your wife.
What you say is true. But many more wives and sisters will die if we take up the sword.
This cave has made a coward of you. We must fight!
To choose for oneself is simple. To choose for a nation is hard. The heaviest blade is as a feather compared to the trust of one's people. Abide with me.
Is his nose really smushed, or am I just looking at it wrong? Okay.
A tyrant threatens your people. If you submit to him and become his willing thrall, your people will be shown mercy. If you attack, you and your people will be driven from your homeland and exiled to the sea.
Ooh.
What do you do?
I think just as an orc, she would attack.
I too choose to attack. But all choices bear a cost, Wayfarer. When the last sword was sheathed in the shadow of Mount Hatu, the dead were beyond counting. Many more were lost at sea during the Exodus. Was the price of honor too high?
Okay. Now I go back to... This time I won't walk off the side and almost die. Hey, you didn't see me almost die.
Tuwaka tells me the heroic spirits have returned to their slumber.
Did I pass their test?
Ah, only Tuwaka has such knowledge, my friend. I could barely hear you from here. Luckily, Tuwaka has shared some of his wisdom with me.
What have you learned?
Tuwaka tells me that you are bound to the greatest of Red Guard virtues, honor and loyalty. You are drawn to great summits and glorious ends. Hold fast to that courageous spirit. But know that sometimes we must make sacrifices for the greater good.
Is this what I was meant to learn?
What? No. I simply thought you'd like to know what Tuwaka thought of you. He is an excellent judge of character. No. The real lesson of these heroes is that legend always carries a price. You must be prepared to pay that toll when it comes. Tuwaka extends his hand. You need only enter the portal, and you will be transported back to the desert below.
Okay.
Please, tell me you have seen her.
Huh?
Shiri, the scholar's apprentice. Have you seen her? She had the ancient text from the Withered Hand necromancer at Tava's Blessing. She was supposed to go back to Bergama, but she never made it.
I haven't seen her here. Why would she be here?
We knew Shiri believed the Third Ward was here, and that you came this way, so we were hoping. Alas, there is one other place she might be, but I am too weak to make the journey. Will you take on the search for Shiri in my stead?
What's so important for finding Shiri?
It is not just Shiri. It is the text she found at Tava's Blessing. Scholar Zore says it must be kept away from the Withered Hand. Shiri has a cousin in Satakalam, Nahira. Please, You must go and see
Oh,
if Shiri is there.
Sorry, little kitty. Didn't mean to elbow you. Alright, I'll go look for Shiri.
Thank you, my friend. Prince Azaz said you were indispensable. I now see why. You do an old soldier a great favor by helping. I hope Shiri is not hurt, and even more so, I hope that text has not been taken again by the withered hand.
How did you get injured?
I was beset by many troubles on the journey from Tava's Blessing. Scorpions, dune rippers, and then, not far from here, I was ambushed by the withered hand. I managed to kill the dirty dogs, but not before they had hurt me pretty good.
Are you gonna be alright?
Yes. Yes, I just need time to rest, to eat, and to properly bandage my wounds. Finding Shiri is too important, though. I would have made myself go on, however slowly, if you were not here.
Why would Shiri visit her cousin in Sakatalome?
I do not know, but it is all we have to go on. Scholar Zore was almost certain Shiri would have come here, but she suggested Satakalam as her next guess. Shiri was not close to her cousin, but Zore said she planned to visit Nahira someday.
What do I do if I find her?
She needs to take that text she found in Tava's Blessing and bring it back to Zore and Bergama. If you are willing, I would suggest you escort the girl there yourself. She seems to have a talent for getting lost.
No doubt. Okay, let's see what I have here for inventory. Anything? I know I just picked up something. Nothing really here. Up on health, down on stamina. Up on resistance, down on critical resistance. 2325. Yeah, we'll keep it for now. I hope this city I'm going into has, like, some kind of merchant in it. I need to start selling stuff. I have way too much shit. Or the harpy whisper in my ear. City has nothing. There's a clothing station and stuff in here, though. I might be able to sell something.
I'll be right down. You're a new face to me, unlike that flappy buzzard over the barn.
The harpy attack you?
What? These birds aren't aggressive. I've had horses do more damage to me than any harpy. And I've had more trouble with these mercenaries than I've ever had with either steed or bird.
Mercenaries cause the trouble too.
I saw them steal 4 sacks of good grain from Zilron, a Khajiit merchant. And in the magistrate's name, mind you.
What did Ziron do?
Him? Ran off, no doubt. Who knows what he does, or where he hides after he's run amok in the market. He trades more than just grain, if you ask me. You won't be the only one looking for that fairy tale wretch.
Okay.
Go away, bird lady. I've been found. Oh, but you are neither harpy nor Gold Coast fiend. What a relief.
Why are you hiding in a crate?
You would be too if you heard those beasts. Those screeching, pecking, clawing beasts. This one had hoped the mercenaries would take care of our bird woman problem. But no, Now Zilron has two problems.
Are the mercenaries not helping?
Oh yes, they help themselves to my gold and my goods, and sometimes they help against the Harpies. So, I wait here. Sooner or later, one of Zilron's problems will go away.
Scaredy cat.
Of all the places for the Harpies to strike, they chose our beloved Cozen's set. Tall Papa, help us.
The fuck is Tall Papa? Like a voodoo thing.
Harpies. Bullies with swords. Fangs of Sep. What other plagues must we weather?
Harpy bullies with swords? That is a dog. Actually, no, hold on. I need to find a place to trade. This is a place to trade. This is a place to trade.
It is rare for General Thota to offer word of praise, but he speaks highly of you.
Oh.
These damnable Harpies. A seamstress of my quality should not be...
You know, I'm never going to use that. Just get rid of it. I'm not sure I should have done that, but whatever. That I don't want to use. Is this an empty soul gem? No, these are good soul gems. Okay. Those are ones I'm not using. Oh, I haven't looked at that yet. Okay. Okay, that inventory and hands. Up again, it's because it's part of this set. Down in stamina and recovery, but slightly up in this. I don't know. Maybe if it gets to a point where I need better armor, I'll start improving armor, but I'm pretty invincible. Well, guys, I'm going to talk to this person and then we're flying to call it a day.
What are you doing, Foreman?
Me? I'm just practicing, nothing more.
Better not shoot any Harpies. That's our job. And you don't want to take our... What are you looking at? Get lost.
Dick.
Just a coin, or two. Keep one eye to the skies, friend. The Harpies like to swoop down and grab whatever's light enough to carry. I've lost 2 hats and a goat to the feathered villains.
Aren't the mercenaries taking care of them?
Only after they've sucked you dry. I refused to pay their protection fee, and the next day my house was ransacked. I'll keep my own watch for Harpies coming near from now on.
Do you know why the Harpies are attacking?
Sep's entertainment, I can only guess. It's not like one can ask a beast why it acts so. It is simply its nature.
Something obviously dragged it here. Jesus, what the hell was that? Okay, guys, we're going to call it a day here. We might play to... Well, let's see. I may have to take some of the school, so... We may play during the weekend, or we may play next Monday. We're going to continue this little werewolf vampire thing next with our vampire Khajiit. What we're going to do is talk about in-world things having to do with the Bite series after today. We just went over a little bit of the first book, just like a background of the first book. A reminder, the second book is out. If you're looking for it, it is over in the chat up there pinned. If you missed it, I'll likely add it to the descriptor as well below if you're watching this afterwards. Thank you for everybody who showed up. I saw a bunch of y'all come in, come out. and say. I appreciate all the people who are watching afterwards as well. If you'd like to support me, feel free to buy my books, $5.99, not too expensive. I'm not someone who can charge $30-something for a book as of yet. Thank y'all for showing. Thank y'all for your support. Thank you, my readers, a whole bunch. I'll see y'all at the latest on Monday. Peace out, guys. Sorry, the birds just screaming in the background as I try to talk. That is not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to... There we go. Okay.